Hello, you guys. Welcome to my class. Give yourself a pat on the back for making it to your mat today, because we know that can be difficult sometimes. Before we get started, let's just talk about some of the things that we might need for class. Um, but first, this is your practice. So if there are poses or postures that I cue for that are not in your reach today, that's okay. Feel free to opt out. Channel that inner teacher, and then find something that will fit perfectly for you right there, and then come back and join me when you're ready. Now, of course, I want you to make sure you're checking in with yourself and figuring out whether or not what you're feeling is pain or is it tension. Of course, if it hurts, you want to come out or not do that particular thing. But if it's tension, I encourage you to use your breath to help create space in that area where you're holding that tension, and then on your exhale, releasing it. It's not serving you. So some of the props that I like to use to help make this practice more accessible for me are a couple different variations of bolsters. I have a rectangle one, a couple round ones, and my very favorite prop of all time is my sandbag. And of course, blocks to help bring the floor closer to you. All these things will help bring the floor closer to you so that you're not having to overreach what you're what's available for you at that time. And it allows you to use these props also allow you to relax a little bit more into the postures. And of course, I recommend, if you have a candle at home, to light one. I use a Himalayan salt lamp because the candlelight just doesn't burn bright enough for me so that you can see it. So, but if you have a light or a lamp, either way, that's good. All right. So also to make sure that you have some water or something that you can drink that's going to keep you hydrated, depending on if it's hot or cold. You know, having something that's going to keep your temperature regulated for you is always nice to have nearby too. All right. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started in a seated position. I'm going to use my sandbag and place it right under my tailbone as I come into my easy pose with one leg crossed in front of the other. Now, once you find yourself here in a comfortable position and you feel like you can sit here for an extended period of time, begin to draw your focus within and notice what you're feeling without changing anything, and make any final adjustments. Notice how you're breathing. Are you breathing in through your nose or out through your nose? How is your heart rate? Are you breathing fast, slow, and shallow? Just checking in, not changing anything. And when you're ready, go ahead and close the eyes or soften the gaze and allow the focus to go inward. And we're going to begin with regulating our breath here, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling up, feeling the belly rise. And open mouth exhale, feel the belly fall back down towards the spine. Releasing all the stagnant air from the lungs. Breathing in through the nose once again. Filling up, belly rises. Open mouth exhale, releasing. Visualize the base of the spine as you breathe in and out through the nose and out through the mouth. A string pulling you up and allowing you to stack the spine, one vertebrae on top of the other, with the chin slightly tucked. Keeping that slow, steady, and precise breath. Take a few more breaths here. slowly through the nose, in and out, keeping that same slow, steady, and precise breath. Breathing into the belly, feeling it rise and fall, keeping the spine stacked. With every breath in, visualize energy flowing in through the nose, down to the base of the spine, back up to the top of the head, and then to the third eye center. With every breath out, feel energy flowing to the arms and the legs at the same time. Charging the cells with that vital nutrients and oxygen, allowing it to move rapidly throughout the body, feeling the heart rate slow down, and pumping more fluidly and with a purpose. Take a few more breaths here. And on your next breath in, go ahead and open up the eyes or lift the gaze. And we're going to start by bringing the shoulders up towards the ears for a gentle squeeze at the top. And on an exhale, slowly let the shoulders melt back down, taking your time here to iron out any catches or knots. Smooth them out. Do that one more time. Inhale, coming up. Exhale down. And once you are back at the bottom of the drop, breathing in, exhale, bring the shoulders forward, shortening the front line here. Inhale, bring the shoulders back to neutral. Exhale, the shoulder blades go back, reaching toward each other. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, shoulder blades back. Inhale, the shoulders come forward, back to neutral. And then breathing in, the shoulders come forward. They come up, around, back, and down. One more time. Forward, up, back, around, and down. Once you're back at the base, reverse that direction. Shoulders go back, up, around, forward, and down. One more. Back, forward, or up, forward, and down. Take a breath in and out here. And on your next breath in, take the back of the head and begin to turn it towards that right shoulder and bring it down towards that right shoulder. So the chin is up, the back of the head is up, or down, sorry. Inhale the head back to center. Exhale, tuck that chin down towards that left armpit. Feel that opening in the back of the neck. Inhale, the head comes back up, forehead goes up towards the ceiling, the back of the head comes back towards the shoulder. Breathing in, coming back through the center. Exhale, tucking that chin down towards that left armpit. Breathing in, run the chin across the chest to the opposite armpit. And breathing in, once again, you're gonna let the forehead go up, the back of the head come towards that left shoulder this time. Inhale the head back to center. Exhale, tuck the chin down towards that right armpit. Inhale the head back up. Exhale down. Inhale the head back up. This time run the forehead across the top of the ceiling to the opposite side, so the back of the head now is on the right shoulder. Exhale the chin down to that left armpit. Run the chin across the chest to the opposite side. Head goes back towards the left shoulder this time. Chin goes up. Rotating to the opposite side. Chin tucking down. I think you got this. Let's do this in the opposite direction this time. Rotating now. Chin to the left. Back of the head to the right. Rotate. Cross the ceiling. To the opposite side. Chin tucks down. Runs across the chest. One more time in this direction. And then leaning back at the center. Take a breath in as the head goes all the way back halfway, just halfway. And then exhale, going all the way back, opening up the throat. Inhale the head back to center. Exhale, tuck the chin, forehead down. Inhale the head back to center. Take a breath in as you bring that right shoulder up towards that right ear. And exhale, releasing that left shoulder down and away from the body. Breathing in, releasing that right shoulder, bringing everything back to neutral. We're going to do that one more time on the same side. Breathing in, right shoulder comes up. Right ear goes down. Left shoulder reaches down towards the floor on the exhale. Breathing in, everything comes back to neutral. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Breathing in, left shoulder comes up, left ear down. Exhale, dropping that right shoulder down towards the floor. Inhale, everything back to neutral. Exhale, breathing in, left shoulder comes up, left ear down. Exhale, right shoulder presses down and gently towards the floor. Inhale, everything back to neutral. Take a breath in and a breath out. Take that right hand a little bit further out than your reach. The left hand will come down to your side. Breathing in, turn the palm to face up of the left hand and begin to fan it up and over to the right side. Once it's aligned to the ear, take a breath in. Once again, and then exhale, dropping down to that right elbow, trying to make sure you don't come off that left sit bone. Turning the palm to face back up towards the ceiling. As you breathe in, let that left hand begin to fan up and over to the other side. Once it's parallel to the floor, let the torso rise, the head will trail behind. When the hand hits the floor, bring the head to center. Exhale, drop that left ear down to that left shoulder. Inhale the head back to center. Exhale. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Take that left hand a little further out than your reach. Turn that palm of that right hand to face up and begin to fan that hand up and over to the other side. Breathing in. Exhale, dropping down to that left elbow this time. Try to make sure you don't come off that right sit bone. Breathing in, turn the palm to face up and begin to fan the hand back up and over to the other side. Once it's parallel to the floor, let the torso come to center. Let the head trail behind. When the hand hits the floor, the head comes to center. Exhale, drop that right ear down to that right shoulder. Breathing in, the head comes back to center. We're going to do that one more time on each side. Take that right hand out a little further than your reach. Turn the palm up of the left hand. Breathing in, bring it up and over to the other side. Exhale, dropping down to that right elbow if you can. Inhale, fan the hand up and over to the other side. When the hand hits the floor, the head comes to center. Exhale, drop that left ear down to that left shoulder. Drop those shoulders away. Inhale the head back to center. One more time on the other side. Left hand reaches out a little further than your reach. Turn the palm to face up of the right hand. Begin to fan it up and over to the other side. Exhale. Try to drop down to that left elbow without coming out that right sit bone if you can. Breathing in, turn the hand of that right hand up to face the ceiling. Begin to fan it up and over to the other side. Once it's parallel to the floor, let the torso rise. The head trails behind. When the hand hits the floor, the head comes to center. Exhale, drop that right ear down to that right shoulder. Inhale, the head comes back to center. On your exhale, bring the hands behind you. Bring the palms flat to the floor. Take a breath in and shine the chest up towards the ceiling. Let the head go back halfway. Exhale, Try to go a little further back without crunching the neck. Opening up the chest and the throat here. Inhale, slowly let the head come to center, the chest comes down. Coming back up as you bring the hands to the front, breathe in. And bring the hands all the way to the floor in front of you flat. And as you exhale, you're going to hinge from the hips and allow the body to fold forward. The hands can move away from the body. Once you've gone as far as you can go, take a breath in. Exhale, tuck the chin, forehead down, breathe here. All right, on your next breath in, slowly begin to walk the hands back towards the body. Bringing the hands to the thighs. Sitting up nice and tall, stack the spine, shoulders melt down, away from the ears, and let's set a dedication here. Or positive affirmation. Just take some time here to think about what you want. Take a deep breath in, filling up. Open mouth, exhale, side out. One more time. Inhale, filling up. Open mouth, exhale, side out. Beautiful. All right, now from here, go ahead and let the legs go long and find some gentle movement if you lost any circulation. Taking your time here. We were sitting there for a while. Finding whatever feels good before we get into our next posture, which is going to be tabletop. So when you're ready, come into all fours. Now line the shoulders up with the wrists and the knees with the hips, and the hips should be about hip width apart. Go ahead and drop those hips back towards the heels. Let the head come down. Inhale back to center. Exhale, see if you can get the shoulders just a little bit past the wrist to open up the palms of the hands. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop those hips back. Let the head fall down. Inhale back to center. Exhale, so you can get those shoulders a little bit past the wrist. Breathe it in, back to center. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze with the chest. Inhale, arch the back, tuck the chin. Exhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Arch the back, tuck the chin. Coming back to neutral. Your stable table, flat back, nose pointed down. Bring the thighs together. Curl the toes under so that you're on the balls of the big toes. That might mean your pinky toes are hovering, and you might need to walk your knees in a little bit. Once you're ready, walk the hands back towards the knees as you sit your hips onto your heels. If you feel the opening right here, you can stay right here. If you can go a little further, as you breathe in, bring the hands to the side and slowly begin to rise, bringing the hands to the thighs as you sit your hips all the way back onto your heels. Opening up the instep here. Sorry, the soles of the feet. Breathe here. Feel that elongation of the toes and the stimulation of the reflexology points. If you're here with me, on your next breath in, bring the arms up to shoulder height. Exhale the hands down to the floor. Walk yourself back into your tabletop. Gently lifting the feet. Finding some gentle movement before you bring the tops of the feet to the floor. When you're ready, as you breathe out, walk the hands back to the hips once again. Sitting the hips onto the heels. Once you feel that opening, you can stay right here, once again, in your cheetah. Or if you can go a little further, breathe it in, bring the hands to the side as you sit back onto the heels all the way with your back flat like it's against the wall, bringing the hands to the thighs. Breathe here. Now we're opening the instep. Breathe. All right, if you're here with me, breathe it in, bring the arms up to shoulder height. And then keeping the hips glued, you're gonna bring the hands down to the floor right in front of you, so we're all in the same place. Take a breath in and a breath out. Take a breath in, and on your exhale, drop down to one elbow, and then the other. In your Sphinx here, you can rock side to side, maybe stimulate the organs in the abdominal cavity. And then finding stillness here for a moment. Reach the arms out way in front of you. And we're gonna come into our upward facing dog. Run your nose about a foot off the floor and slowly begin to transition your weight from the knees into the hips and dropping the hips down and the shoulders come up. Pressing the shoulders away from the ears as you press the hands into the floor, tops of the feet, active into the mat. Breathing in, curl the toes under, activate the core, lift the hips. Push yourself up into downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out, find some gentle movement. Breathing in, come up onto the toes, walk the feet in a little bit. Exhale those heels, melt them down right to the floor. Find some stillness here for a breath. Take a breath in, come up onto the toes. Exhale those knees down to the mat. Big toes come together, knees go wide to the hips back, child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Breathe here. Breathe it in. Slowly lift yourself back up into your tabletop. And then transition yourself to the floor, bringing your back to the floor. Take your time here. All right. Now once you're here, bring the soles of the feet flat to the floor and walk your feet out about the width of the mat. Let the arms come out long to the sides. And drop the knees down to one side, keeping the soles of the feet flat to the floor. And then coming back to the center. And then dropping the knees to the other side. Do this a couple more times on each side. Connecting the breath if it feels good. One more time each side. All right, bringing the knees back to center. Walk the feet in about hip width apart. Bring that right knee into the chest and bring the hands to that knee. Go ahead and grip the hands or place one hand on top of the other. As you breathe in, let that left leg go long and hover about a foot off the floor. Exhale, try to get the shoulders up off the floor, bring the forehead to that right knee. As you breathe in, let that left leg come down with the head. And as you exhale, see if you can bring that right knee a little bit closer into the chest. Take a breath in and a breath out here. Enjoy that opening. Breathing in, releasing that right leg, let it gently come to the floor. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Bring that right knee in to meet the right, or the left knee in to meet the right. And then bring that left knee to the chest. Bring the hands to that knee. All right, breathing in, let that right leg go long and let it hover about a foot off the floor. Exhale, lift the shoulders, the forehead. Try to get to that left knee. Breathing in, that leg comes down with the head. Exhale, see if you can get that left leg a little bit closer into the chest. Take a breath in and out. On your next exhale, slowly releasing that left leg down to the floor. Bring that right foot in to meet the left. I got it right this time. All right, now from here, grab a prop like a bolster and put it on your left side next to your hips. Now from here, bringing the knees into the chest. Grab the inner arches of your feet for happy baby. Try to keep the tailbone down towards the floor. And at the same time, try to get the knees down towards the mat. Breathe here. And if it feels good, maybe rocking side to side. And then finding stillness for a moment. Grabbing the outer arches of your feet. And then see if you can straighten those legs, maybe one at a time, or both at the same time. All right, bending the knees, bring the soles of the feet facing up towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, bending the knees inward, bringing the soles of the feet to meet, or at least face each other here. And then gently pressing the inner thighs open with the elbows. At the same time, the heels are reaching down towards the groin, opening up the hips. All right, bringing the soles of the feet back up towards the ceiling. Releasing the feet, let the legs come down to the floor. Or actually, no, keep the knees up towards the chest like so. And then from here, we're gonna drop those knees down to the left. Stacking one on top of the other, making sure that that right shoulder stays flat to the floor. So the chest is going straight up. Let the arms come out long to the sides. And if it feels good, turn the head in the opposite direction of the knees for a nice full rotation of the spine. Take a couple breaths here. All right, breathing in, bring everything back to center. Grab your bolster or your block or whatever you had and place it on the opposite side. And when you're ready on your next exhale, drop those knees down to the right. Keep it in mind those same, try to mirror what you did on the other side, making sure the shoulders are flat to the floor. Breathing in, bringing everything back to center. Bring the hands to the knees as you breathe in. And as you exhale, lifting the shoulders up, try to get the forehead in between the knees. And as you breathe in, blossom open. As we come into our final pose, Savasana. Let the legs go long. Use your bolsters and your blocks under your knees, whatever you need to do to get comfortable here. And while you do that, I'm gonna read you a poem from A Path in a Practice called The Single Small Step. Sitting still allows us to notice the subtle stirrings of the mind. Small thoughts that lead to suffering are seen early and easily set aside. Since trouble begins in the mind, we watch the mind with care, and trouble is stopped before it begins. This practice seems so passive and still. Yet, it is the seedling from which the great tree grows. It is the single small step that begins the journey of 1,000 miles. If we hurry or force our practice, it slips away from us. We release ideas of success and failure. We patiently take the next necessary step, and everything unfolds as it should. We lay down our wanting and pick up our contentment. We lay down our conditioning and pick up our true nature. We gently help all beings everywhere return to their true nature. Now, once you've gotten all your wiggles out, you can find yourself in a comfortable position. Once again, begin by closing the eyes or softening the gaze and drawing your attention inward. We're going to release tension piece by piece, utilizing your breath to help create space in the area, and then exhaling and releasing tension that's not serving you. Starting with the scalp, allow the scalp to become soft. Release the forehead muscles. Let the eyeballs rest heavy in the sockets. Relax the temples and unclench the jaw. Release the tongue, let it fall where it wants to go. Allow the shoulders to gently melt down towards the floor. And feel that release moving down the arms, to the palms of the hands, to the tips of the toes, to the fingertips. Feel the chest gently open up. And feel the spine, starting at the top, releasing all the way down to the floor, all the way down to the base of the spine. And clench the glutes and allow the hips to gently open up. Feel that release moving down the thighs, through the calves and the shins, through the soles of the feet, and then to the tips of the toes. Use your breath in search and see if there's any areas of the body that might just need a little bit more attention. Use your breath to create space. Exhale, releasing tension that's not serving you. Use that breath to search out any issues that you might be having in the mind, any anxiety, any anger, any hate, any negative stress, any trauma. Just try to let all those things go. And create a picture in your mind of you living your life with none of those things holding you back. See yourself living your best life, achieving your goals and the tasks that you set for yourself, and surrounded by people that care and love you. See yourself generating that income source that's right for you, so that you can do the things that you really want to do and live your life to the fullest. Now let that image release out into the universe so that it can reflect back onto you. And make that thought become a reality. We'll be here in Savasana for just a few more minutes in silence. I'll guide you out with the sound of my voice. Alright, yogis. Begin to bring some awareness back to the body. Maybe start wiggling your fingers and your toes and keeping the eyes closed until we get all the way back into our seated position. When you're ready, let the arms come up over the head for a nice long body lengthening. You roll it over to your side. And do your fetal pose. Use one arm as a pillow and the other as a prop in front of the chest. And then press yourself up. Taking your time here as you come back into your easy pose. One leg in front of the other. Stack the spine up nice and tall. And bring the hands to the knees. Allow the chin to be parallel to the floor, keeping the eyes closed. Let's just take a moment here and allow the body to adjust to the sitting up position. Let the hands come out to the side. Turn the palms to face up. And as you breathe in, let the arms come up over the head. The palms will come together. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. And let's close here. The divine light, teacher and student within me, honors the divine light, teacher and student within you. Let's bow our heads together to seal in this practice. Namaste. All right, thank you so much for joining me for this class. And if you're still here, thank you very much. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That helps, all those things will help my channel grow. So I really do appreciate that. And if you really like that poem, it came from a book, once again, called A Path into Practice by William Martin. And that poem was called The Single Small Step. It's one of my favorite from this book. Other than that, you guys have a